Well, last week you guys finally got up at the top of Yester Hill, up at the henge that was the ruins of the henge up at the top, and you found druids that were summoning this tree, which immediately uh, took off, wasn't willing to come down very quickly, took off to the north, apparently heading up the road towards Wizard of Wines or the villages or something. And you were fighting various things. In the process of the fight, Dirok uh, was beating down a bunch of wild men, resurrected berserker types, and he was being very effective in beating them. And at one point, the chieftain of the group stopped and saluted him and handed him a weapon and told Dirok that he had been searching for centuries for someone to carry on with the weapon that deserved the weapon. And so Dirok is carrying this large spear of some kind, and the various wild men have knelt because they are no longer fighting.
Is that a Lynn?
That is a Jason.
Jason.
That's a Jason.
We just need one more.
No worries. We're just starting.
And we were at the top of the roll order. Anyone have anything they need to clarify on the fight screen before we start off on the thing? We will skip Lynn if her turn comes up and she hasn't made it in yet.
Yes, I had cast Bless on Alex, Monarch, and myself because I didn't reach Dirok with a range at that point last week.
Very good. See, you've got a heart on you. So it was Alex. Which three?
Myself, Alex, and Monarch. And I don't know what the heart is for. It's not for the Bless. I think I'm inspired is what that is.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I think Sylvia gave you Bardic Inspiration. Maybe. I don't really know.
I'll give you a sun symbol for the bless. Kind of a sun symbol. An asterisk, but you know. It'll work.
That's cool. Snow thing. All good.
And that's the only thing I have.
And then what's your orange dot?
Concentration for Bless.
Ah, okay. Very good. We are set then. And it is Monarch's turn. You've got first attack on the tree tonight.
Refresh my memory. This is not in regards to the tree, but you can't initiate a grapple with a acrobatics check, can you? You can resist one, but you can't actually initiate one, can
Correct.
you?
It's a strength on the grapple. Or strength.
I have a -1 in strength. Got strength 8. I'm a little boy.
I hate to interrupt, but I was doing a little bit of research in the week. What kind of monk are you even playing?
Sun Soul.
Sun Soul. Is that a UA thing or
it's
something?
In the guide to everything, yeah. It's in the is it Alexander's guide to everything? I can't remember his name.
Alexander's guide to everything. That's the one I haven't downloaded yet.
Yes, that's the one. In there is Drunken Master, Kensei, and Sun Soul, which is basically just Dragon Ball. So you just have the ability. I can basically just do a normal unarmed attack at range. That's all it gives me at the moment.
Oh no, it's totally a cool thing. I just don't have it.
Yep.
I will open up, however, with a beatdown and just do 3 attacks using my bonus action.
Against the Druid?
Yeah, against the Druid.
Yeah.
So.
And all 3 of those hit. Let me. Yeah, things aren't showing. Yeah, it's not showing it on the screen because of the way I've got it. For those that are watching, the numbers will come up in a moment. It's up a little high on this thing for it to show. and I don't want to readjust that, so it'll show up in a moment. He made a 17, a 16, and a 17 on his rolls for a total of 15 damage on the druid.
So leads with the elbow, up with the hand, elbow again.
When I was in my karate, it was called karenzapo, which meant returning fist, implying that you got an extra hit in for everything that you attacked. You'd do the normal 2, but there was always a move that you did a 3rd. So it was a rather interesting school of karate.
Rather fitting. I
And
can recommend the book, by the way. Some great class alterations and just little bits for fun.
yeah, it's got all
Little
kinds of
books,
fun
you know,
stuff.
everything.
Dirok, it is your move.
I have taken the spears, which means I've dropped the great axe. I used the spear to point out towards the plant creatures, and I'm asking I'm assuming it was the berserker chieftain. Will you fight the evil with me?
We have searched for many centuries. You are the first worthy to take the leadership. We stand at your side.
Then I yell out a orcish yell, and I charge out there. Would I be able to move right here with the one
Yeah,
space of movement?
that's more or less where you would move, yeah.
Okay, so I'll stand right here, and these are the plant creatures we faced before, right?
Yes, you have faced, believe all of these. Yeah, I don't see any you haven't faced. So you've got all the ones you faced in the forest before.
Okay, so which one is this one?
That one, the ones that look like that are the little groups of twigs, the small bushes that come about to your knee.
Okay, and then this one was...
That's one of the thorn bushes, the rose bushes. And following up behind them, you see more rose bushes and some of the stinging nettles.
The stinging nettles is the ones I'm more worried about, I think. I'll go ahead and start swinging at this guy, the one that looks more like a person.
Yeah, the
And
rosebush guy. Rosebush guy.
Rosebush guy. And which one is the raging one? I can't tell. This one. All right.
11 does not hit. I don't believe. No, it doesn't.
My thing is not moving. Okay. And oh, come on. Too many windows. And we will swipe again. And that looks like a 9. Also does not hit.
Right.
I am not doing well right now.
You had to push through. He had to push through a bunch of berserkers and run down the road, and he arrives there and swings, but it wasn't an entirely coordinated swing, and the rose bushes kind of sway to one side, and you just miss them, graze them, but don't quite hit them. Vlad.
It's also the fact that I'm using the spear and not my axe. I'm not accustomed to the spear.
Great visual you can hear in the background. This is not an axe. Swinging in. Just like,
What do I do with these?
The blade is tiny.
Vlad will see, I'm out of first level spells. I have 1 second level spell, and I have both my 3rd levels. So I am just going to use a dash action to get up in between these berserkers as I'm running. Well, I wouldn't get that far, I don't think, not yet. And that's about all I can do. Yeah. So
you would get about 2 full squares of movement.
Yeah, I'm in the 2nd square.
Okay.
And with that, it is the Thorn's turn. And the one next to you will attack. Boy, my voice is definitely got the allergies tonight, so pardon all the breaking of my voice. It's not doing so well. And
I hear you.
Ginger.
it claws out at you with its thorny hands, and a 20 does hit for 4 piercing damage. There's only one in this group, so you're not facing a grove like you did before.
Okay.
And the other
So I
one,
take 2 damage.
right? And the other one moves forward. Let's see, they're full 30, so it moves forward towards you, and it is the Raven's turns, and the one brother attempts to do more healing on the one that's down and fairly injured. He's healed him a little bit, but he's going to do a little bit more. Heals him for another 6 points. Alexander.
Alrighty. I closed my sheet by mistake. I'm a fan of the way Roll20 keeps his character sheets. Alright, Alex has got a very clear target of opportunity and is going to stab it. Twice even. I
Damn.
didn't see that first one was a crit.
Double crit. That's nice.
So you get 4 times damage on that, right?
So, yeah, there's the damage. That's a total of, what, 4 plus 5, 9, 12, 21 damage.
Yep.
Just, shanked the heck out of this, corrupted druid. I'm gonna use my bonus action to just backhand her, see if I can finish her off. And that doesn't work. Actually, maybe 12.
Yeah, it hit. You hit her for another 7.
Backhander is the only one that rolls full damage. So yeah, I'm just going full out on this. What's it? Corrupted plant lady.
Yeah, apparently she really is a changeling and got you going.
Yeah.
You've seen her change into a cat.
She had the wrong eyes, wrong colored eyes.
And the berserkers will move forward behind Dirok and await commands that he will give them for who he wants them to attack. So you can yell if you wish. That's a free action. Who do you want them to attack?
The 2 that are on either side to attack the ones that are directly in front of them.
Very good.
The guy on my the guy on my left attacks the left side. The guy on my right attacks the right side.
Very good. And the others are moving up to be with their chieftain and their possibly new chieftain. Oh, yes. The one on the left hit for 7 damage. The one on the right, the chieftain critted. He is using using his great axe. So that was 7 damage. The guy on the left nearly took out a full one of the plants. There's 6 of them in these groups, and he nearly took out one of them on your left side. And then the chieftain is, 26 damage. He just eliminated the thorn.
Nice.
And with that, it would be Sylvia's turn. Let's see. I
know she said she's catching up via the stream. She'll be on in a few seconds here. Or at least that was the case. Lynn.
She'll be here in a moment. Don't worry. She'll be in. We'll get her. We'll just skip her and grab her the next time around. She's kind of out of spells anyway, so it's not a problem. However, there are some of those pairs of vines that have snaking vines that wrapped around you in the forest. They are starting to make their way towards you. And there are no more lightning strikes coming off of the tree, so no more bushes are erupting, because the druids from down in that grove of trees are making their way north, trying to get up towards Wintersplinter. And the druids will move and the one by Alexander will attack. "14 does not hit Alexander."
16's a little
Right.
better.
And so she missed on her swing. The little twiggy bushes all storm in on their various opponents and start scratching and scraping at all of you. And the first one misses. They all miss. The third one, actually, I've got to roll to see if he did damage to somebody else. No, he just barely made his roll, but he didn't damage anybody on his side, but he rolled a nat 1. So we are up to Wintersplinter's turn, who roars and starts swinging his branches around, trying to hit anything in the vicinity, which is basically meaningless at this point. There is nothing immediately around him. Looking at his range just to be sure. He's got a couple of things here.
Oh, Monarch and Alexander, good boys. Didn't do nothing. We're good boys.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were dealing with the Whipping Willow. Is that what it's called?
Whomping.
Whomping Willow, yeah. He
That's so much less killer. Wow.
he roots snarl out of the ground and his bushes swing wildly from one side to the other, but there is nobody within range of him. But he remains where he is. Victor.
Victor is going to return to bat form because at this point, I believe standing there, he can only really see Wintersplinter and like this bizarre event over by Dirok. So he's going to rise up into the air to get some lines of sight outside the circle. And he is going to strike the druid over here by Alex with lightning.
Okay.
Before he turns into a bat, he's going to look over at Dirok and say, "What just happened?"
I'm raging. I hear happen.
All right, so 19 damage.
And I'm rolling dex. Oh, she rolled a 21. She crit saved.
So 10 damage.
That may be enough, though. Let's see. 19, it would be 18, 9 damage. But she's still ticking.
Victor just kind of hisses as a bat. Just a tiny little speck up above the circle.
And Monarch, we're back to you.
I think Lynn's about to slide in a sec. Should I just go for my turn, or do you want me to wait for her?
Go ahead and take your turn. We'll just grab her on the next time around.
In that case, I'm gonna shock everyone and punch something.
What?
Oh no 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 no!
First, I open up with attack. See if this finishes the first.
Okay, that's a hit. And you're doing it on the druid, so 6
Yeah.
damage. Ugh! She takes a pretty powerful hit, but she keeps on taking.
Right. In that case, double hit.
Oh, the first one certainly hit for another 8.
Brings his face to the chest and tries to double her over with a to the chest.
You were
Well,
blessed.
stomach. I can't actually reach the chest. I'm a tiny man.
She reaches up and
Vlad
tries.
says you're blessed.
She reaches up and tries to adjust her jaw because you've dislocated her jaw. And let me
Oof.
get our pictures over here since we've got Lynn in.
Vlad says you're blessed. I think you can roll.
You can roll a 1d4 for any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
So you can improve that. Oh.
10 is not enough.
Oh wait, didn't you say that we have advantage on the druids because they're
That's true. You're
controlling
right.
Wintersplinter?
That's true.
So
I
actually,
had
that
forgotten
last
the
one-
advantage. So yes, it would have hit. So it is another 5 damage, and she's looking pretty beat up. She's her nose is bleeding. She's got a dislocated jaw. She's in bad shape.
I would debate I can't reach that high. I
You
mean, maybe
jump.
I've doubled her over a bit.
You did an acrobatics jump and kicked her in.
Yeah. Do roundhouse
Dude,
kick.
dude, seriously, you had like a little Street Fighter moment where you just uppercut.
Yeah, it's uppercut.
Wounds here,
Yeah,
everyone.
pretty much.
And with that, we are back to Darok and his army of berserkers.
Yeah. All right. So, can the berserkers move through these guys?
Difficult terrain, yes.
Difficult terrain.
And they-
I'm assuming that they would take an attack of opportunity, right?
Correct, yes.
Darok the Berserker sounds like an album.
But the chieftain, since he's not in range of anyone, he could potentially go behind me and not take an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah, he's out of range, so
bang.
yeah, he can.
It's a band
Okay.
name, not an album.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and attack. I'm assuming it's the middle one of the 3 that was attacked, right?
That was hit.
That was hit by the berserker.
No, the top one.
This one?
Yeah, you said far left, and I aimed at that one.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, wait a minute. No, that was the chief. Yeah, the chieftain took out the thorn. Yeah, the one on the far left.
Well, yeah, I know. Okay. All right. And I'm assuming he's too far away for me to hit then.
You could move to him because you will not. Well, you'd move out of the melee range, I suppose, of the lower one.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and attack this one, the middle one. $16.
That hits. And
Alrighty.
9 damage, and you pretty much take out one of those bushes.
All right, and we're gonna attack again. I've learned that it's actually you poke with the spear, you don't slash with the spear.
I mean, you can slash with a spear.
Well, I did slash with the spear and I missed twice.
That was
So
his
I've
problem, he
learned now-
says,
oh,
the
I
first
should-
time.
Yeah, that was my problem.
Yeah, he's having to
So,
kind of learn on the fly.
Yep. So I attacked twice on that one, and then I yelled to the chieftain to go back to the circle. What's the word I'm looking for?
The henge, the
I
ruins,
basically- Yeah. Well, yeah. No. Basically, I want him to cut across to try to intercept the druids that's running up, because I can see them. They were moving up towards Wintersplinter.
So you want him to move
So I
up
want him-
this way or
Yep.
this way?
More like this, and then try scaling the wall, basically. Because I don't
Okay.
want him going towards Wintersplinter.
Okay.
And then the other two are still. That he's the only one I command to move. The other two I'm telling to come and join the fray.
Okay. Vlad.
Vlad, now able to get back to the front lines, at least on this side. Is he able to squeeze in between Darok and this wall?
I'm going to say that at this point, no. We've got quite a conglomeration of things in that opening. It's a 30-foot opening, but we've got three groves, two berserkers, a barbarian, and more plants coming in. It's going to be a little hard. You're going to have to get
Yep,
yourself
that's
some
fine.
fighting room.
That's fine. I don't need fighting room.
Burn! Yes.
Okay.
How is that? How is Wintersplinter doing after we set it on fire? Or rather, I
Oh
did.
yeah, it is burning, isn't it?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was my last
And-
action, to set that sucker on fire.
Which one are you taking? Are you attempting to burn?
Whichever one is most damage at this point.
Okay. That would be the middle one of the three little bushes, and it has to do a dex against. What's your save?
15.
It rolls a 20. I got hot dice tonight. Okay, watch out, people.
I need you to stop that.
We need these things to die, not to stay alive.
And the thorns, one of them is burnt or gone away, whatever, splintered to splinterinis. And the other one moves up towards the berserker. Let's see how he's doing. The raven that was on the ground is now standing up and is doing better now that he's gotten a little bit of healing, and he proceeds to take flight again. So the two of them fly up into the air. And obviously I don't have the... He'll have to remain in his human form for now because I don't have him set up right. But they take off into the air and fly above things again and proceed. Let's see, they're going to both fire at the druid that Monarch is fighting. The wounded one misses her, but the one that was not wounded gives her another 3 damage. She drops to her knees. She's out of the fray. She's not dead, but she's too weak to fight. And the things that look like the stinging nettles that you had been familiar to begins to come up into the mass. And Alexander, what you gonna do when they come for you?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Ah, excellent. I managed to get the baby off my shoulder.
Hey,
See,
you're
this
just
baby
teaching
will
her to
not
play
ever,
young.
ever- Yeah, no, like, she will not ever sit still. She will not ever be quiet. She will not ever do anything that I want to do. It's what she wants to do. Always,
Of course,
forever.
babies are tyrants. That's what they're born
They're
tyrants.
terribly inconvenient.
Yeah. So, from death's heart I stab at thee. Is this thing ever gonna go down?
The druid, you
Just
mean?
soaked up in damage. The druid in front of me, yes.
Yeah,
Alex
she-
is going to continue to stab and hack and slash this druid.
And you hit her again for another 10, and yep, you finally got her.
I was gonna say, I got more damage, I can keep swinging. So Alex is going to save that second attack action, or the second attack in that action, because he can't really swing at the rocks for any, or he wouldn't swing at the rocks for any reason.
Just double tap, just to be
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Alex is going to finish it into the ground.
You beat that druid
Yes.
to a pulp.
Huh.
You beat her
So,
so hard into the ground that her blood corpuscles start squealing.
Yes, we're fertilizing the ground with the druid's body.
Are,
Poetic.
are you going to move
Crone
anywhere?
is going to Alex, behind him is a giant flailing tree, which appears to be immobile at the moment. In front of him isn't much, but he's going to see what's going on around here. I assume that's going to be a full movement I can manage.
Yep.
And I guess about as much as I can do in my turn. I'm going to prep to see if anyone comes into range, I can poke them, but that's just my bonus action, and that's the end of my turn.
Very
Especially
good.
since my ranged weapon is now sitting underneath that tree.
And the
Hey, you left it there.
chieftain pushes through the group, opening just a little bit if Vlad needs it, and moves up into the circle towards this area by the commands of
I also yell
Chief.
for him to. I also yell for him to jump down in front of Alex to give him a little bit of a scare when he manages to climb over the wall.
I need you to know something. Alex doesn't know that they're on his side now.
Yeah.
At all. Alex is just gonna fight back.
Oh God.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This is gonna be a great scene. I like this.
I will be angry if you kill him.
I'm sorry.
One of the berserkers moving was able to get in range and did manage to hit the thorns. Did 13 damage to it, so it's in pretty bad shape. And the one that's still there beside you, Dirok, is going to swing and... Great axe, there it
He
is.
can keep his target that he's been on.
And he hits for another 13, which doesn't... That takes... It's down to... It's down a couple now.
Alrighty. The other one's still out of range, I'm assuming.
Yes, he didn't manage to get up in range. And with that,
Here's a question. Berserkers, barbarians, can they rage?
there's none listed on their sheet, so I'm assuming not.
Okay.
It's not, well, let's see.
I
He
figured
can
I'd
only
ask.
take reckless. He can't rage, but he can do a reckless attack.
Not really worth it unless we're on like one target. There's too many to really mess around with that right now. So yeah, just have them keep doing what they're doing.
One of the vines moves within range of you, and suddenly the ground underneath you begins to erupt with I gotta find the right one here. I got too many sheets.
That was sounded philosophical for a second there. Can they rage? That's a deep question. So like one of those questions you get on like in a board, like one of the boards. Cause that's a legit question. Like I have undead berserkers. Does that mean they're rage? Does actually sound like a very legit question, actually.
That's why I asked if they could rage.
It's one of those things you'd ask the GM, they'd be like, hang
Dirok,
on.
give me a DC
Yes.
12 strength save or become entangled in the roots. There are two
Alright,
of these vine plants.
I am raging, which means I have advantage.
You do manage to
15.
avoid the roots. They snarl around you all over the place. However, because of the radius, it's a 15-foot radius, that berserker is going to have to do the same. So let's see what he gets on his. If it would roll, come on. There, finally. Oh yeah, he saved as well, so both of you saved. In fact, he crit
Nice.
saved, so he's good. Sylvia, you're up.
Haha.
I'll wait.
Okay, so how is Burning Man?
I'd failed to do a, let's see, is it 2d6 damage on fire damage, I believe it is? I
I thought it
need
was
to do,
1d6.
okay, I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 2, so let me
Yeah,
get,
okay, so out of the last 10 rolls that I did, the last one I did was a 1d6, which would have been the fire damage.
so it takes 3 from the fire damage from the last turn. I have not done it for this turn yet. And then what is Sylvia doing herself?
I guess I'm trying to right now assess how it's looking. Like, is it looking severely weakened? Is it looking?
It's so enormous, it's hard to judge, but you would say that probably there's maybe half of its branches and bark and stuff broken off, but it still seems to have a great deal of power remaining.
Okay. And each square is a full thing of movement?
Yeah, for
Right?
movement purposes, move a square.
Okay.
For measuring purposes, it's the map distance.
Yeah. It looks like everyone's got the druids over here tied up. It doesn't, because I'm standing on the wall. It doesn't, from my point of view, I don't see many other druids trying to get up except for the one.
You would
that's going north.
probably see the tops of heads of the 3 that are running north that are on the west side of the ruin.
Okay, so whoops, so there was 3 of them. I didn't see that. That was partly covered to me. Okay.
There's also a stray barbarian just running amok. But you should have seen me command him though. You're within line of sight.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually got height advantage at this point because I'm on the wall.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just like, okay, I'm like trying to catch up and assess what my best choice is. I've got like 2 options. I can either join the fray south or trying to keep damaging the tree. So I'm kind of like at a I'm not sure what the best choice of action is.
I'd say both are equal. I mean, the tree is the boss, but there's also here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 targets in the south. We're just in combat right now with
Target-rich environment.
It very target-rich environment. I've only got like here. Okay, so here's my problem. I've only got 2 spells to use.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what the best option I could do. I could drop Shatter on the tree and then come down south to Thunderwave the group that's coming up at you, but that's going to take a couple of turns. The tree's not moving, and I don't exactly have anything long distance to hit it with.
There is also that druid straight to the north. Getting rid of all the druids will at least make it completely immobile, and we know there's 3 of them on their way.
I mean, she got fight now.
Getting rid of one of them will just make it that much harder for those 3 to get there in time.
Yeah,
I say throw a chat on the tree and just go and join them. I mean, we've got some. In all fairness, as much as there's lots of trouble downstairs, you guys.
Well, I mean, how?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. Well, how is the one in front of you? Because I know there's nothing in front of Alex. How's the one in front of you doing? Is it dead? Not dead? What?
Not dead, but is basically.
It's on its hands and knees. Yeah, it's down, but not dead.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, then yeah, I wouldn't bother with it. I'm very certain Monarch can get him in one, or get her in one shot, or on his next turn.
Okay, so I am actually within. So yeah, I'll just do this. I'm just gonna look at it and go, ha, ha! Look at your magnificent tree now. It is officially the Burning Man. And vicious mockery.
Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
Fail it, fail it, fail it.
Oh, Lynn, could we argue that if I was pinning it, you get advantage if we did the wrestling thing? Would it work?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She didn't beat the wisdom save, and so she takes the 4 damage, which is all that is needed to have her collapse into death.
My heart.
The kill steal strikes again.
I've not killed anyone yet. I'm not a killer.
She is the kill stealer. we have named her sword Kill Stealer against her wishes because that's exactly what she is. A kill
I'm
stealer.
fine
I'm
with
trying
that.
to. Well, look at it this way.
Well, let's be fair.
frees a
You
monarch to
actually
do
were.
something.
Let's be fair. You actually were because you did try to hit that thing.
Well, well, I was just trying to help weaken it. I wasn't trying to kill it outright. But like I said, it now at least frees a monarch to go help other places.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we weren't trying to kill all the other 5, 10 things that you've killed now.
Yeah, I'm not killing
let
anyone.
me see.
Everyone's been killed by someone else. I've only subdued them.
I mean, if we're gonna be technical about it, was Victor trying to kill me while I was trying to get the gem back? I mean, semantics here.
The druid that runs up towards Alex gets within about 30 feet of him, and she lifts her hand, and flame drops down from above towards him, but does not hit him. She's running and is not able to fire it. So it's a rather small flame, but it would have made your helmet rather hot if it had hit. So she's obviously not concentrating on anything at the moment. She's fighting. And the little twigs that remain, we've got 3 of them still up. The one on the north is going to attack the Berserker. That's this one. And I believe hits. Yes, hits him for 8 damage.
Oh, quick thing, DM, because I know I didn't actually do any movement. Is it possible for me to jump from one edge of the wall to the next to kind of bypass the
No, that's
terrain
a
in the
30.
middle?
If you're talking about the gate, no, it's a 30-foot gap.
Okay. That's right. My bad. Never mind. I am going to stay where I am.
And the second one will also attack the Berserker. And was he 13 or 15? He is 13. That hits, so another 4 damage on him. And the one near you, Duroc, scratches at you. And 2 of them hit for 4 damage each. So you have no, I take that. I take that back. It didn't hit. It didn't hit. It missed.
All right.
I was looking at the wrong number.
Okay.
So you didn't take any damage on them. They missed you. And Wintersplinter it moves, but only very slowly. It can only move like 10 feet at a time. But it manages to get within range of Monarch with this slow shifting kind of, it's kind of like its roots ooze along the ground and it kind of moves on the roots as it does it. It's not doing a full walk, it's just kind of rolling on its roots. And it does its, it does its branch attack. Ouch! Oh my! It critted for 24 damage.
Oh no.
Oh,
That was directed at me if I was correct, right?
Wait.
That was on Monarch, yes.
Monarch got hit.
Yes.
For 24 damage.
Monarch, are you okay?
I mean, fine. I mean,
Only a flesh wound. Fleshy part of the heart.
Come back here. I'll bite you.
no, my But there are
What
so
did you-
many shins left undone.
What exactly hit you though? Was it the
The
tree?
tree.
The tree
Oh,
branch.
shit.
24 damage. That was 24 damage. Wasn't it?
Yes, he critted you for
It's
15
up,
plus
taking me down
9.
to 9. I'm not too bad actually.
And
Okay.
Victor's turn.
All right.
I'm a tiny boy. He a big tree. Why?
I missed that whole
Let's
turn.
see.
That whole turn.
Here-
I just saw the sound caught up with me.
Oh.
Here, how you doing on your front? Need a lightning bolt, or can I spare it for the druids?
Spare it for the druids. I'm fine. Barbarians are one of them. I don't know how the other one is doing. How's the one to my right doing?
The one, well, it's above you. He's looking like he's been in a pretty heavy fight, but he's still got some hit left in him. The other two aren't damaged at all.
Yeah, those two I know just entered combat.
And the chieftain's
yeah,
in good shape.
I'm gonna go for the druid nearest to Alex. Wow, 31.
Let's see if my lucky dice roll good again, and it is a dex.
Yep.
Son of a gun! I'm glad. I'm always glad when I get these that we're on recording. She crit saved again, so she took 15 damage. And anything else, Vic, or is it Monarch?
Just gonna raise up a little higher and yeah, just hang over the battlefield.
Up there with all the birdmen. Monarch.
I'm a backpedal. So I can move it to that square, can't I?
Yes, you're.
And can I do my attack actions as I'm moving, so I'm not out of range? So like as I'm backing up.
Now, technically, you were within Wintersplinter's melee range, although not within yours.
That's a good point. Let me just double check if I have anything fancy for this. I think I'm out of key. I could
You can
technically
you
roll
can
for
take-
stealth.
Yes, or you can take your action to
I'm very
disengage.
smaller than him.
Oh my god, sorry.
Or you can take your action to disengage.
Yes. I'm actually, just out of curiosity, you can attempt to hide when you are obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you. So technically speaking, can I? This is curiosity more than anything else.
You have to be obscured by the creature. Who are you trying to
yes.
stealth from? You're
I
trying
know,
to.
it was just more of a humor thing. Just
Yeah.
suddenly just basically put a blanket over my head and just go.
Yeah, he hits you and then like, wait, where did he go?
I was holding onto the branch he hit me with.
And got slung across the field, and he is now 100 feet to the north. No.
I will disengage action and move to here, limping away. For the sake of our people off shooting ineffectually with my beams. But my life energy has been severely reduced, so they're not having a lot of effect.
And Dirok, you have plenty of opportunities. And something more, Mon?
I do have a question about the berserkers.
Yes,
can
sir?
I command them during their turn?
Yes, that's when I actually want you to do so. It makes it the easiest to move them at that time.
Okay, I'll do that then instead of hollering during my turn. Then so this guy right here is the vine guy, right?
Yes.
Is he within reach of my spear?
Yes, in the spear range he would be. He would not be within range of a 5-foot melee weapon.
Alrighty, I am gonna go ahead and start attacking him. I'm assuming 11 doesn't hit.
Not quite. Okay.
Alright. And a 10
10
that will
doesn't.
not hit either.
Right.
So now
Do you-
here comes
wait.
another question then.
Is that bless? Does it allow him to add?
I don't have it. I don't have
Okay.
it.
Okay.
The only one that doesn't have it.
Yeah, that would be flat. But I do now. I have a question regarding rage because we have finally reached the one battle where my rage will end. Does it can I still use? Because like it is a what's it called? A bonus action to use my rage. So can I use my bonus action here to basically re-enrage?
As long as you have, I think you've got 3 rages.
I have 2 rages left out of my 3. This would be my one. Oh wait, hold on. Let me actually check. I have, yeah. I'm on my 2nd rage, about to enter my 3rd rage.
Then as long as you have a rage left, yes, you can use a bonus action to re-enrage.
All right, then that's what I do. I start huffing. I'm like, oh man, this is, oh, and then I just let out another roar and I re-enrage.
Dirac 2, the rearranging.
And Vlad, you are up.
Vlad is going to, well, I would actually deal more damage with my cantrips, so I'm gonna do. I don't know that these druids are running around the side, so oh.
And once
I'll
again,
move up to here and cast that.
15.
I'll cast
I need
on
your
this
DC
one.
on those things.
15.
Yeah, but you need to put it in so we know it right up. I had to go looking for it. So Dex 15 save.
Actually, well, I guess it's kind of late, but I was gonna
18.
say you would have been in range of me yelling to the guy to intercept the druids that were running to the north.
This is
Is
true.
it
You
true?
would have been you would have heard him yelling it. She did manage to dodge your radiant attack, your sacred flame. She rolled
The
an
nettle
18.
thrower? Okay.
Or I mean wait, you didn't attack a druid. You attacked the, let me
The
re-roll.
nettle thrower.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a druid. Let me re-roll for the nettles.
Ultimately, we do need to get rid of that nettle thrower. That's one of my more bigger concerns, along with the vine guy I'm engaging with.
It saved, however, as well, but it only rolled a 16, so it was close. And the remaining thorn is right there in the group. He's going to attack the berserker that he's next to. Someday, if it ever comes up, there we go. He misses the berserker, and there's only one of those thorns left, so that's all he can do. The were-ravens are going to run in on, what are they going to do? They're actually going to bomb, let's see, 30, they'd be able to get to there. And they're coming to help with the plants down there. Alexander.
Can I command them to?
Wait,
Why would you do that?
Because
Because
he's a
she already-
warlord.
Because she already gave me my army.
Oh god.
make them carry me, and I'll be like a gun carriage on a plane.
Yeah.
Just like swoop me down. Got a fully loaded hobbit here, and I'm not ready to use it.
Alex?
Slightly south of the druid is a relatively large rock. Is that like an actual like big old 10-foot boulder, or is it just more
It
like
would be a block, a fashioned block off of the ruins, and it is probably about a 10-foot by 10-foot cube, yes.
Okay. Yeah, still doesn't give me proper cover, but well, why not? Better than nothing. Alex is going to use this approach. Let's assume I've got enough movement for this. Yeah, no, yeah, I definitely do. So Alex is gonna run right up into this bitch's face. This is my cursing. It's been a chaotic day. Things never go well for me. And I'm gonna
Ow.
stab her. I can actually get the
Yeah, you're breaking up, so you've probably got a little bit of connection problem.
And I had the most. Ugh.
Or I do. Can you hear me?
No,
Oh,
we can hear
No,
you.
we hear you.
Yeah, some of the
Okay, so-
videos froze there for a while.
He did started sounding like a robot. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe-
I think, and he couldn't get Roll20 to respond, so I think his connection was going fuzzy.
Oh, now it's your turn.
Yeah,
I think
well,
that one was you because I can hear her fine.
Oh, okay.
I'll go ahead and have the Berserkers attack their targets while we're waiting for him to get reconnected here on it. So they will.
All right.
1, 2,
I'll
3.
Oh, am I not commanding them?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I was just
All
having
right.
them attack. What do you want them to do?
The one closest to me, I want him to attack the middle bush so that he can try
Okay.
and get into range of the vine guy as well.
Okay.
This one down to the south, get as close as he can between these two and attack that one, and then this guy immediately come to attack the same target.
Roger. Okay, so they rolled a 19, 17, and an 8, which is the top from top to bottom. So the top guy did 9 damage on his target, his wounded target. The guy in the middle there, 17, he did 7 damage on the nettle. And the last guy missed.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
Gotta get into that fight to start hitting stuff. This is okay though.
The vine blight will again attempt to grasp you with its roots. Give me another DC 15 strength.
Oh wait, last time it was 12.
No, it was 15. You
No,
beat,
I rolled a 15. I thought you
and you
said
beat,
it was
which
12
beats
though.
it. No, I'm looking at it.
Oh.
No, I am looking at the wrong one. Just
Oh.
a moment. Let me see. I was looking at Winter Splinters and Tangle. DC. You're right. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
no,
12. You beat it anyway, whatever. Yeah,
Just
I
wanted
was
to make
looking
sure.
at Winter
Yep,
Splinters
I
and
just-
Tangle.
I just Hulk Hogan at him, like, yeah, you can't touch this.
Yep, and some roots wrap around you for just a second, and you just expand your chest, and they rip as you do so, and nothing grabs you. Sylvia.
Yes, my options so limited, so wide. Alright, let's see. I think Monarch moved just out of. Yep, you are so out of reach.
If you jumped
I'd
off
probably
the
just take
wall
the
and
distance,
ran
so
a
I'm
little
fairly
bit
safe.
towards him, you'd be able to get to him, of course.
Yeah. Where's my spell list? There it is. Come back here. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm weighing my options because whatever I do, that's gonna be the it for anything I can do.
Well, there's always
Okay.
that sword.
Yeah, moving with the as the tree moves and goes squish. Oh no, I'm dead again.
Well, there's druids and things that are a little more
I equally
squishy.
vote for
Yeah, but
healing me, but I also vote for shatter. Won't lie.
Yeah, no, that's the problem though, because it's like if I get off this wall and you shatter, I'm also going to bonus action healing word towards you if I can get within the right amount of space. But and yeah, there are the druids, but by the time I reach them, Alice will probably just have them poked to death in one spot.
Oh, speaking of movement, the Chieftain Bar Berserker didn't get his movement. He's still in the same spot. This guy.
He dashes.
Yep, there we go.
If I can interrupt, I think I got my connections all fixed together.
Okie
Hey,
doke.
you're
Very, very good. Go ahead and take the action that you were planning on taking against the druid, Jason. We went on, but you can take your turn.
Yeah, I'll
it's
pause. I'll
pretty
pause
sure.
mine until I finish weighing everything.
It's pretty straightforward. Poke, poke.
Are you doing Sentinel again, or?
Yeah,
Two
I'm
hits.
going to actually.
Oh.
I'm gonna stay within range of her, so she cannot use a what's it? If she uses a ranged spell attack, I can react to it. I assume the 10 or the 24 and 23 both hit because the dice gods have blessed me today.
Yep, they do.
I'm not gonna blow my bonus action to smack her in the shins, but I am gonna prepare for her lady friends to come up and try and smack me. Also, it gives me another opportunity if, she does decide to try and move away. So yes, that's my turn. She tries to move basically at all in front of me. I get to attack her.
Okie doke. Sylvia, finish your turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be a little bit.
Would it work better if I don't know if you can because of the initiative order? I mean, could it work if you delayed to go after me and I come towards you? Would that work out better for you?
Remember, Sylvia,
I don't
that
know,
a
but that-
square is considered 30 feet. Do not measure for movement. You can move
No,
one
yeah.
square and then measure.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of guesstimating where I was just gonna put the icon, but
I would say she'd be right about the same position.
I
Since
was
she's there, she'd be
figuring she'd
right
be
about there.
here. Well, it's because I factored in the height of the wall that she'd have to
Okay.
get down,
Okay, that's
and
more
then
correct.
that would decrease her movement speed to half, so she'd end up more
Correct.
roughly around there.
Yes, you.
So
From a
that's why I
purist
was
point of
measuring out.
view, you are right.
Yeah. So, and that would give me the 60 feet. So, yeah, I'm gonna use both of my last spells. I'm going to shatter on Wintersplinter.
And con save. Make sure you get the right
Ooh,
sheet
nice,
this
15.
turn. He's
Ooh,
got
I
pretty high
critically
constitution. Yeah, he saves, but half damage, so
Darn, so half
7
that.
damage.
Alright, and then bonus action, that good old healing word at the first level for Monarch.
Very good. 5 points back, Monarch. The tree, you notice when you hit it with shatter that more limbs burst off of it and some dead, corrupted-looking leaves go flying off into the air. It's starting to have fewer and fewer branches that it can hit with.
I'm gonna keep watching for that one particular spot that I originally damaged to see if it's cracking open enough to start seeing the gem. But I'm gonna be keeping my focus on that.
-1 AC. You were distracted.
Let me see what I'm going to roll here to see what kind of damage you are doing on it.
That would actually be kind of a scary ability. Something that could subtract AC.
Whoa, okay. You actually did a pretty good job of blasting it off, and you are starting to see a bit of a green glow that is not covered by bark. Looks like it's actually the edge of the gem showing through the tree.
I'll probably just yell at Monarch. You see that glow? That's that's the focus for those druids. If we remove it from tree stops altogether.
And
Say this, but don't break it though. We want it to grow more wine.
Do
Yeah.
you want me to I think I could climb that. I'll say with a smile.
Careful,
Alright.
it's on fire though, and
oh yeah,
Sometimes get
ice.
struck by lightning.
Yeah.
yeah, it's still on fire.
One of the additional druids, Alex, moves within melee range of you, apparently intending to attack. Actually, I guess she would be within that ranged attack. How will that come in? Okay, so 10 feet. The one that's
When
attacked.
she crosses the 10-foot line, I attack with this.
Okay, so that's a hit. So she takes 10 damage.
Stops at 10 feet. That's the end of her movement. She can do something else other than melee attack, but yeah, that's the end of her movement.
Okay, but she is still able to attack, right?
Yeah, movement becomes 0.
She just can't get past Alex.
Just, yeah, I stop her short.
She misses you with her flame, and it is that
Alex
ranged
just
attack.
standing here, holding his own, flame shooting past him.
Twigs
Hey, you're having
attack.
Enjoy it.
And when twigs attack, here we go. Let's see what they're doing.
In the woods themselves.
Okay, we've got a 16, a 19, and 11 from top to bottom. Let's see what we've got. That one is on the Berserker. That one hits for 5 damage. He's looking a bit wounded. And the
Berserker?
yes, the one in the middle attacks you, Dirok, and with a 19 does hit. So 5 piercing damage on you from the second twig grove. Actually, it would be more than that. 3 of them hit. It would be, yeah, it would be 15 damage.
So 7.
Mm-hmm. Correct. That's right.
I shrug it off. Barely nothing.
And then the last one missed the Berserker that it was, or let's see, no, it's actually attacking you too. It's not down by a Berserker. It's up near you. So but it missed. Wintersplinter, let me get his damage that he takes from fire. He takes another 2 fire damage. And he does his like little shuffle move towards Lynn, but he's nowhere in range. He just moves towards you, Lynn. Victor.
All right. Can I hit 2 of those druids with a lightning bolt?
The 2 that are grouped up right by Alexander, I would say that you could. Yes, it's got a fairly wide radius.
Then that is what I am gonna do.
Fire and thunder.
Donner and Blitzen.
Strahd
Dex
not only
save.
gave us a storm for you to use, he also gave Dirok an army.
Yep.
Not a
Hey,
bad
Strahd,
character, is he?
Thank you, Strahd.
Strahd just misunderstood.
Both of them failed their save. So they both took 35 damage. You exactly took down the second one. Both of them went down.
Nice.
Monarch, can you top this?
Kill the tree! Kill the tree!
Right.
I shouldn't. I shouldn't.
You should.
Suplex the tree! Suplex the
Monarch,
tree!
Monarch,
Don't
Monarch will
listen.
clutch his side and probably live just say to Sylvia, like, unusual
don't listen to.
there'd be an argument between whether this should be under the guard's jurisdiction or the gardener's. Maybe I should try to be a bit
Don't listen to any of them. Look at me. Look at me. Listen to me. Do it. Do
If
it.
I do a dash action, can climbing be part of that dash action?
Climbing
Yeah,
is
totally
done at
can.
half speed, so you would have basically movement and a half, not a full 2.
Right. Can I move to it using my 35 movement and then attempt to climb my 15 movement?
Yes.
Using acrobatics to climb up the tree.
Yes.
To try and get to that little hole, I'm going to try and clamber inside.
And
go down
remember,
it like the alien.
and you will also have to give me a Constitution save to see if the flames get you.
So first things first.
Don't die, dude.
Yeah.
It was nice knowing you.
Boo!
You
Your
succeed
life
in your
magic.
climbing.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh god. Fancy words, no.
Because I. So. What
You
happened?
took 3 fire damage. But you are
You bet.
about 15 feet up the tree, right under. You're not in reach of the gem yet, but you are almost in reach of it.
Miss Sylvia, I believe I am doing something you would call stupid.
That's my job. Stop taking it.
I must say, exhilarating but severely worrying.
Dirok. Meanwhile, back at the battlefront.
I don't think I hit the vines, right? I think I missed the vines. The vine
Yes.
monster.
Yeah, the first time
Alright.
you did. Yeah.
So I know that these two right here were both hit. Which one was the one that took the most of the damage? Was it the middle one?
The one in the middle is the most damaged. Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and attack that one. 15 hits.
That hits, and you do 6 damage on that pair of them, and that is on the vines itself, or no, it's on the yeah.
On the
Yeah,
it's on
I
the
gotcha.
middle
I
one.
gotcha.
The
Yep.
middle.
It twigs.
I'm assuming it's still alive. The
Yes.
twigs. Yep.
Yep.
Still alive. Then I'm going in again. 14.
That hits, and for another 9, it's still up. But remember, there's a bunch of them here. Let me see. You are
Yeah.
there's like 2 of them left, but they are one of them is injured.
Okay.
So you are
And
actually
that-
killing some, but there's still 2 remaining.
I forget if there's stuff that I can do during my bonus besides raging. I don't think I can. Yeah. I'm not. So yeah, that'll end my turn.
Very good, Vlad.
Vlad is going to rinse and repeat. Blast them with holy fire. Where is it? There it is.
And it's 15, so
Still,
let's see, that was on a, what kind, was it on a twig or
it was
nettle
on
or?
a nettle thrower.
Okay, let me
He's
do,
also going to advance into melee range with a nettle thrower.
it failed, 9, so it took
Finally, I hit
8.
something.
Yes, it took the 8 damage.
And that's all I can do for my action.
Very good, and it looks like it got cursed a bit on that. It's starting to look like it's had a few hits and burns. The one remaining thorn will attempt to hit the berserker. And does for 8 damage. That is, I believe, the first damage he's taken. And Ravens ho! And let's see, are they in firing range yet? They may be. Yes, they are. However, they are in disadvantage range.
Do they see that the berserkers are attacking the same targets as us?
I'm assuming that they have enough of an idea from their vantage point to see that the berserkers have turned and have been battling as they've been advancing on the thing, and so they will fire at the nettle beyond them. One hits,
All right.
the other one misses, and so takes 3 piercing damage, and that nettle's starting to looking pretty bad. And it roars a branchy, leafy sounding roar and tries to hit the berserker near it. Throws nettles at him, and does not hit. Alexander.
Alex was briefly taken aback by the bolt of lightning coming down in front of him and just absolutely disintegrating the 2 creatures in front of him. But you don't question good luck in a battle.
Right, the gods are on my side. They just blasted my opponent.
Alex is questioning if what he's wearing is actually metal at this point. So, yes, he's going to, once again, not question good luck and charge creature in front of him.
Very good.
Prepare to shoot again, because I roll 20.
Jeez, you are on point today.
Absolutely. Wow. Another 19 worth of damage. So she takes a bunch of damage right off the bat.
Alex sold his soul to Strahd. And I'm just gonna swing a backhand at their ankles.
Okay. And she takes another 6.
So you're just smacking them aside saying, I am a soldier. This is the one thing I do.
I have one job.
Yeah.
Stab, smack.
The chieftain manages to make it with dashing onto. It takes him a bit to clamber up. Let's see how he's on his dex. Pretty good. Yep, he makes it on top of the wall, but he's not able to make it any further. The berserkers around you, Dirok, do you have any special commands for them, or do they attack the same targets they had last time?
The 2 at the bottom fighting the nettle will continue to attack the nettle. You said that the one next to me is kind of not looking good anymore?
Correct, yes.
I'll yell for him to disengage and hold the gate.
Okay.
So, like, move... Oh, I'm not on my pointer. To move, like, basically right here out of range.
He does so. He
I'll
does so and
I'll
takes
try
up a
to
defensive
maneuver in front
stance.
of him.
He readies. He just moves there and
Yeah, essentially,
gets
like,
ready
I'm
to fight
telling
if
him
he.
to catch his breath.
Right. And the other 2 will attack the nettle, or at least one of them will first. Let's see what he does before the second one attacks. The first one, does a nat 1 miss.
Ouch.
We're gonna miss.
Whew. Okay, he just slices into the ground as he wildly swings at that nettle. So the second guy, he tries an attack. And he does hit for 9 damage and takes out the nettle.
Nice. I let out a victorious yell with him killing the nettle.
And he echoes it back. Roar!
Roar!
You guys speak the same language.
Roar!
You both speak muscle.
And
I am a muscle wizard. I cast Fist.
let's see. It's the only thing the vine can do. They attempt to entangle you again because that's their action. So you need to roll a DC 12 strength save. Yep.
And I do another Hulk Hogan pose. Yeah.
Maybe
The
next
vines
time they'll
pop
aim at
out
Vlad.
and start to wrap around you and then halt at your sheer magnificence and streak back down.
Right, kind of a
Flexes right out of it.
kind of a Hulk move where he rips his shirt. Well, you rip open the vines.
Yeah, there you go. Vines show up and I'm like, "Ugh."
Yep. Sylvia.
You can't
Oh,
contain
my
these 24-inch pythons.
Sylvia,
let's
your
see.
target of opportunity is halfway up the tree.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
I'm hoping it's focused on you, so it might be good backing up, because I don't want it smacking you in the meantime.
Yeah. No, we're both pretty in shite health.
I say back it up, make it chase you a bit.
Yeah.
Take
As
it away.
it. Yeah. I'm gonna. No.
Because I'm just assuming we don't want this thing
Are
leaving the
are those
glade.
lightning storms still up? By the way.
They're controlled. Occasional one strikes, but they're way out. They're not threatening you. The only ones that are directed and controlled are under Victor's control.
Okay. And just to clarify, this is not Victor's cloud, right?
Oh, yes, it is his. I moved it over to the side to get off the token.
Okay. So that is technically there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's one. These other ones are like hitting very, occasionally very far out. They just. It's like the storm is
Okay.
abating
Oh,
and going all over the place.
Okay.
Could join me if you want.
No. After the last couple of times, no. You'll be fine.
Oh, it reminds me I was blessed. I could have rolled a 4 on my constitution save before.
You could have. I don't think it would have mattered, but you could have.
No, it wouldn't have, actually. Yeah, it wouldn't have.
I'm
No offense, man,
going.
but you have straight constitution.
I'm gonna yell up at from below and go, hey, sometimes it's better you than me, but I think you got this. I think you can do it. You can be a hero, and throw up bardic inspiration on him.
Okay, and that gives him.
That gives him an extra 1d8 to use whenever.
Okay, for attack, saves,
You keep
anything,
this
right?
up, Miss Sylvia. I'm starting to believe you might actually care.
Yeah,
So-
funny how that works.
So you
for
have
movement,
two.
though,
You have a D4 from Vlad and a D8 from Sylvia. Do they stack?
I don't think so.
So
I
that.
don't think they're allowed to stack that.
Yeah. So we'll
So you
take the
can choose to use
D8.
one,
Yeah, you take the D8. I'm assuming.
or he could just choose to use one or the other, depending.
Yeah, a D4
I
or a
don't think
D8.
you can-
Let's see if we can figure this out. You gonna move, run, or anything, Sylvia?
Yeah. Just trying to think. Am I close enough that I have to? Do I have to disengage, or can I just straight?
No,
forward
you're
Okay.
out of melee range, even his melee range.
Okay, then I am going to complete dash, I guess.
Your
So if I go,
the bardic inspiration a bonus?
I think so. Let me double check real quick. I don't toss them out that often, so I don't remember. It just says, yeah, bonus action.
Nice.
To do so, use a bonus action on your turn. So that was a bonus action. So,
So
I
you
will
can
just,
take a dash, yes.
Yeah, so that would be 1, and then 2,
Yep,
or is it too far? Okay, yeah.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
she's gonna make a wide circle and then try to turn this sucker around if it's following her. But she's gonna see if it follows her first, so she's gonna get a nice distance.
And I'm looking at something on the druid. It's the druid's turn. I've got to make sure that I know what this is.
We have fully split the party in so many ways.
kind of needed though. This is the first like proper battlefield I've ever seen in D&D.
Right?
Like, there's a lot going on.
There's
You
quite a
could've-
bit going on.
The druid
Victor
is going to
flying
throw Thunder Wave on Alex at
do it.
2nd level. DC 12 save, Constitution.
I'm certain I have 12 Constitution, but I'm checking that right now.
Okay, you saved. So you will take half damage and will not be pushed away from her. The damage was 13, so you will take 6 damage.
There it is. Not too bad.
Okie doke. And there are no other druids, are there? That's it on the druids. So the twigs are
Oh,
up.
some bullshit power I have. No, I'm kidding.
The wounded grove moves in on Dirok. 2 of them attack. All 3 of them attack him. They're all right on top of him. So twigs for the win.
I've got a brief question. I actually have no memory of this because it's been long enough. Do I use second win in this encounter?
Nope.
No, you haven't.
This guy's tank.
The first grove, there were only 2 of them left, and only one of them hit you, Dirok, for 5 piercing. So that's 2 damage,
Okay.
which has more of them. Let me see how many of them are remaining. There's only 2 of them remaining, so that means they hit you for a total of 10, but that would be 5. And the third group, let's see how many of them are up. Oh, all 6 of them are up. But they missed.
All right.
All right, Wintersplinter he swings his, I'm going to make him do a dex save here. He's going to swing his branches around, trying to get the rat that is climbing on his back off.
So I do a dex save.
But he's doing, the Wintersplinter's doing the dex save, and he fails it because he just can't reach that pesky itch that's right in the small of his back. And that's all he can do except take his dice roll on the flames that are coming up.
Speaking of which,
Whoa,
I'm
he
pretty toasty.
took a full dose on it, so 6 damage. All right. Victor.
All right, time for some more lightning. Somebody start playing Thunderstruck. I'm gonna.
I think you've done enough stuff with the lightning.
I'm gonna keep on backing up Alex over there. Another good one.
And that is DC 14 Dex on. Now, where exactly did you place it? On the druid?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you were firing on the big bunch on Dirok or on the druid. Okay, so the druid took all of it, so she's going to do her Dex save.
Is that the last druid?
Yes.
That's the last druid.
Nice.
And she failed it miserably and took 33 damage, which ends her argument.
Yes.
Your argument is invalid. I have lightning.
Monarch.
How does Wintersplinter react to this?
He's not paying much attention to anything except the itch in the middle of his back at the moment. Monarch, speaking of which,
Do I have to climb up? Do I have
you're
to climb up further?
yes, but I would say that it is probably only about 10 feet over your head, so you would be able to climb and reach within the same turn.
So do I have to make a acrobatics check?
You'd have to make it to see if you're able to climb, yes.
Yeah. Oof. Yes.
He's a dexterous little guy. So you are now. So now, just give me a straight dex roll to see. You're going to give me several rolls here. First is a straight dex roll to see if you can snag the gem. The gem is about the size. It's about the size of a Q bomb. If anybody's ever seen that movie, about the size of a
just hit
football.
the actual dex stat then.
Yes.
About the size of
Don't do
American
the saving
football.
throw, the actual dex stat.
Hmm.
Okay. So normal actual dex stat rather than my.
Okay, this turn you weren't able to pull it out, and now the third
Can I
one.
use my? Can I use
Yes.
my D8?
Yes.
Inspiration, please.
Yes.
What's on the D4?
No, one
Right,
or the other.
Inspiration.
You can't use bless and inspiration on the same turn.
No, you can't stack
So
those
you
kinds of
can
things.
Stack 'em.
But 6 would be enough to put you over. You kind of fumble around, almost drop it, but you try again, and by golly, it like comes out of the tree, and the tree starts to creak in the wind like a dead tree about to fall.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna be like, oh shit, timber!
Dirok.
I'm just gonna start screaming timber the distance.
All
Just
right.
hold it in check.
It's still the middle one that's the most damaged of the twigs, right?
The top and middle are pretty close to the same. No, the top one's still got a lot more. Middle one's the worst.
Middle one's the worst. Okay, I am gonna continue my attacks on him. An 8 does not hit, and neither does a 7.
Nope.
Why don't you have a reckless? Oh,
Because I have
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 targets attacking me. They would all have advantage on me
That's
if I
why.
went reckless. If it was just one target, I would definitely start rolling reckless. But
Mm-hmm.
4 of them, not a chance.
And each of those are a group of enemies.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
most of them are. Vlad.
Vlad is going to, well, Sacred Flame on this guy over. Wait, is that the vine guy that keeps trying to entangle?
The one that
No,
looks
it's
like the head of a
this one right
person is
here.
not. It's the one that looks very dark green that he just clicked on.
What does that one do then?
That one is the rosebush thorns.
He
The
just does regular attacks.
which reminds me, I
Oh,
never
that's-
on the last turn I never moved him. He should be about there. Anyway,
I'd say go for him because this guy has been failing on trying to entangle me so far.
Alright,
He's
so
had like
I'll
4.
Sacred Flame on this guy and move up on him. Actually, I was already in the square, so I'm gonna move over here.
Yeah.
and Sacred Flame on the rosebush.
Yes, this one. On that, the one that the Berserker is engaging with.
Yes.
DC 15.
Yep. And failure. So he takes the 12. That does him in.
So as
Vlad,
he's
they
walking
should-
past, Vlad just points, not even looking, points his mace, a pillar of holy light, divine energy, and ethereal flame streaks down from this thunderstorm that Victor is maintaining and just turns this rosebush to ash.
God rays in the middle of a lightning storm.
And the ravens fly over the heads.
Struck by a holy cleric.
The ravens fly over. This guy's going to have to dash to get there, but that one can move in. He will fire his. The other one can't. And a 16 hits, and I got to zoom in here a bit. All right, he fired at the twig blight group that's right by Vlad. And hit it for 6 damage. Okay, and nettles are up. Where have we got nettles here? This one moves here. It's going to be able to throw. The other nettle is down, isn't it? So it will proceed to throw nettles through the group, but I will, let's see. I'm going to consider you to have like 1/4 cover there, so it probably is throwing at a disadvantage on you.
You mean half cover? Quarter cover doesn't exist.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how much the twigs would cover him. I figure the twigs are up to about his knees, and the other guy, yeah, he's probably got half cover. So let's.
That's +2 AC, I believe.
So I would.
18. Your armor class would be 17.
At 17 if you're
It's still,
me.
yeah, it still hits, and you took 12. It's acid plus piercing damage, and it totaled 14, so 7 damage total.
Alrighty. That blow does actually make me step back, but because I'm raging, I just go straight back into it.
Alexander, there's targets, but you're going to really have to run to get to it.
Okay. Alex is going to catch his breath. Lightning bolts have been incinerating things in this general area, and he's not seen where they've been coming from. For the most part, it's been hitting things that haven't been him. So far, it's only hitting things that haven't been him, but it's been nearby. He's a little skittish at the moment. However, you can see miles away that there's lots of trees and such surrounding. He can't even tell at this point, but they look angry. And generally speaking, in combat, that's where he needs to go, towards the angry things.
Also, I'm pretty sure you can hear the sounds of combat from over there.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of noise coming.
I'm also seeing, like, this is like 500 feet away. That's actually a good distance.
You can dash 2 squares worth.
I know, that's like a full run. What I was going to do is bring out my character sheet again to keep closing. My browser keeps either like freezing or crashing, and I close my character sheet and suddenly it works again. So that's been fighting me. I'll pop my second wind. Roll d10 plus 5. I'm going to recover 10 HP. Woohoo!
Very good.
Really tipped off.
And is that a bonus action? Yes, it is.
Yeah. And then I'm going to, okay, run like a madman. Now do about there.
Very good.
You hear this clanking, panting as Alex is running down towards everyone.
Clank, 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 clank. What do you want the berserkers to do, Dirok?
I don't want the chieftain to jump down. I want him to dash across the rocks if he's able to.
I'm going to consider it difficult terrain, so I'd say he can only dash 30 feet, but yes.
Oh, nope, not that way. The other way. Towards me. Yep. Then, let's see. This guy will re-engage the closest guy and fight him. This guy, I would assume, can reach this one right here.
Yeah, he can move in on him.
And then can this guy go about here? Could he like basically run around?
Not
Vlad
an
and
attack.
reach the
That would
vine
be
monster?
beyond his 30 feet of movement. But he could attack the same one the other guy's attacking.
Then in that, well, no, in that case, I'll have him dash around to reach the nettle. This guy right here. So like probably about right here to stay away from the vine monster. Yeah, that's good.
And the first guy did hit the twigs for 11 damage. Those twigs are now starting to take some damage in that.
All right.
And there are about 4 of them remaining. And that's all. Let's see. No, he's got to engage and attack too. So he's going to swing his. He hits for 8. There are only 3 left in that group. The vines, they will turn and attempt. He's going to move slightly towards Vlad, and he's going to attempt to.
Oh, what? You don't want any more?
Entangle.
You don't want to try and fail at me again?
He's going to try to entangle Vlad. Vlad, you need to make a DC 12 strength save. You do
I'm
not.
Even gonna roll that. I'm not even gonna roll that plus. I'm not even gonna roll that bless. Can I try to get out of that at some point, or is it just there until he dies?
You'll be each turn. You'll be able to try again. It's just like a regular grapple.
What's wrong, vine monster? You don't want to try this guy again?
And it constricts once it has you in its grasp. You take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
Ow!
Not so good, huh?
Sylvia!
I'm watching the tree. I hear it sounding like it's teetering or something. I'm gonna look for Monarch and go, "Are you okay up there?"
So far, it's just like behind the tree, a muffled, like very sort of sharp voice. So far, Miss, what is your last name? Like all of a sudden, he'll just perk up.
Not important right now. So not important right now. How?
Very
Sorry,
well, Miss.
cat
Not important
falling-
right now.
Sorry, cat falling off. Sorry, my cat is falling off my lap right now. I do not need more scratches today. So if the tree is not moving, I'm going to start making my way back, so Rumbelow can toss me down the gem on his turn.
Okay,
I might
and
just jump down to you,
how
actually.
far are you going to move back?
I'm gonna move to about here.
Okay.
Just keeping a safe distance. So I'm like, is it moving? Is it not moving? If it starts to fall, I want to be able to not be too close.
Start messing around. Gem goes in. Gem goes out.
Just
the ceiling,
remember,
have a
this
mess.
is about a 50-foot tall tree.
Yeah.
Keep your distance. I don't take falling damage, so I might have survived this better. So maybe I should throw you the gem just to be safe.
Yeah.
We have no druids. I will take them out of the order. They are gone. Whoops, I took the wrong one out. Who did I take out?
The tree. No, hold on. I think it's the thorns.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
okay. Change though, so as long as you remember to use the thorns on their turn instead.
Do we have any
It's not
thorns
that you
left?
take no.
No.
Damage, it's that you
We have no
Yeah, we-
thorns.
falling damage.
Yeah. Or no, not thorns. Sorry, you have twigs.
So
You
there.
have 3 twigs.
Yeah,
and they
let
were
me
at 4.
check. Let me just check. Yep, it was the thorn that went, it looks like. Wait a minute. Well, vine?
No, it's the twigs, the three guys that are surrounding me with the vine monster.
And it won't
There is an
undo,
NPC
so
routine
I've
for-
got to, yeah. So I've got to, let me go over to the side and grab the one I've got on the side so that it doesn't affect the order if one of them dies.
I thought it was one of the Raven boys.
No, ravens
Oh.
are between Vlad and the Nettles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ones that were deleted was the twigs, the three guys that are surrounding me.
Oh, okay. I
And
think
they
I see
were,
what.
and their
Yeah.
turn order was 4.
I thought it was 7
No, yours
or
7,
6.
then
Yeah, I thought it was 6.
Druids were 5, and then the thorn, or I keep calling them thorns. The twigs were 4.
The little people, the little clusters.
Yep.
The clusters of really, really annoying pointy things. So yeah, while the DM's fixing that. So yeah, so my cat has tried to sleep on the arm with those scratches that I showed you guys. Another cat has tried to climb on top of my arm with those same scratches, all in the span of this game. And then
There we go.
There,
then
now
the
I got it
second
right.
arm tried to
Okay,
Right,
let's go
like,
back to the
fall
picture.
flat.
Shadow the Colossus, but with cats. Bring her down.
All right, we still have 3 groups of little twigs, although a couple of them are not many of them remaining. Let's see, and they are all, no, one of them is attacking a berserker, 2 of them are attacking Dirok. So let's see what we've got. The one on top, there's still 3 there attacking the berserker, and it hit and critted, and so all 3 of them hit. 4 is 12 damage on him. He is still up, but boy, he is in real bad shape.
I need to attack that one.
You know, I would get to you if I could, but I can't. That was actually what I was going to do on my turn.
What?
Use my last 2nd level healing spell on you.
On who?
On you.
Me? He was
the one
you're
hit.
within range. No, it's the berserker that got hit, not me.
Oh, I don't care about the
Yeah.
berserker.
The one
I
on
do.
you, the one
His healing wouldn't work on it.
on you, Dirok, hit. Let's see, 2 of them hit because there's only 2 remaining, so you would have taken 8 damage, makes it 4.
Alrighty.
And then the one attacking the berserker on the south, does hit. Let me see how many are remaining on it. 4 of them are still remaining, so another 12 damage on that berserker, but he's still in pretty good shape.
Alrighty.
And Wintersplinter begins to topple.
Uh-oh.
It's,
Roll for direction.
let me take this off of, if I can get this
God,
opened
I
up.
get smushed.
I'm going to get it open so you can
We're both
actually
dead, so.
see the logistics on this thing here, where it has the,
I'm picturing one of those movie scenes where someone like runs across falling debris in slow motion.
But
Like
never run right or left.
Yeah, Monarch doing that, like just jumping from one falling branch to another.
Legolas in Battle of the 5 Armies.
pretty much. Okay, so here's its topple.
Is it going to smush me? Because if it falls backwards, that's going to be interesting.
Like I said, roll for direction. Cough, cough.
Okay,
Say,
It actually would
Oh,
give me a. It didn't hit you directly, but let's see if it fell on you. Give me a DC 13 Dex.
Wait, who?
Sylvia
Me.
as well.
oh no.
Yeah.
Is
Alright,
this a dex
so
save or a straight up dex?
Dex save.
Dex save. See if you are.
D4.
Yep. Okay.
Oh.
Both of you
Oh.
saved. So the tree.
Here's the
Oh,
thing.
for the win!
It explodes as well.
Yeah,
for the
it's
win.
the explosion that actually is the danger. As it hits the ground, it doesn't hit you when it hits the ground, but it explodes and the pieces fly in all directions, and you are both able to dodge these large beams of wood that splinter off of it as it does so. So you're successfully able to do it. Monarch hits the ground tumbling, rumble-o tumble-os, and manages to save himself as he comes off of it and comes up with a ta-da move right in front of Sylvia.
Arm behind back, one holding the gem.
Yep. You got to have a thoroughly entertainer's move as you come up standing like that. Victor, the tree is down. It is not moving or doing anything. What are you going to do?
Awesome. Let's see. So we've got a pretty chaotic situation over here by Deer Rock. Now, how many enemies can I hit in this general area with a lightning bolt without
And it's 15 feet
without hitting
radius.
any ally?
What's its radius?
It's 5-foot radius, so 10 feet across.
Only two of them, I would say, because there's just there's a cluster going on there. So
What about right here? Would this hit all three?
no, there's things moving in. The nettles are throwing from a distance, although they're about to be engaged with the other guy. And this one is really the vines are pretty much on Vlad. They're really, if I got more picky, they'd be more down in this area in tank because they're grappled with Vlad. And then but those two twigs would both get it.
Would he have moved enough for me to take an attack of opportunity?
The vines,
'Cause I
no,
didn't do that.
no,
Okay.
they just like just ooze through, and the vines weren't in your melee range. They were tempting. They have a 15-foot reach out range with their roots, and so
But I mean, I'm using my spear.
yeah, but 15 feet is more than a spear.
Okay.
So, but the two twigs definitely would be need to do it. So twigs need to do a dex.
Definitely the two twigs. Me and the berserker are starting to get really hammered by them.
Oh yes, one of them nat 20, one of them nat 1.
One of them just got out by pushing the other into it.
Yeah, yeah, that's just about what happened. So the top one takes half damage. 28 would be 14. That there's only about one of them left in that top group. And the middle one, however, got pushed into it. And not only did it get hit, but because it nat 1'd, it would have taken extra damage anyway. It just like evaporates. And it actually gives the one that tried to push it 2 damage.
I keep picturing these things as those creatures from the sprites from Pandaria.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the mental image I have for the. God, those things are annoying.
It took me longer than I expected to actually catch what you meant by that.
I'm envisioning these things as little evil wood nymph things from
I'll
the
find
too.
And Monarch,
picture for you.
it is your turn. You can dramatically hand over the it probably would have toppled this way.
I will land. Splinters flying around us still. We both just look at each other, and I notice your quote in the thing. Fancy pants, unfortunately, I think I'd have to favour. I've never looked good in hats.
Ah, shame.
Now about that last name, etiquette is important. I hasten as I hand up, reach out my hand with the gem tongues.
Just grabbing hands. She just makes like grabbing hands all the way towards the gem, and it's like, oh, Merwind.
Miss Mo, would you like to lead on? We're both looking at each other.
I
probably
picture
looking
him.
like crap.
I picture him sticking out his elbow like he's going to accompany her. You know, a gentleman accompanying. Only he has to leave the elbow way up because she's about 6 inches up there for her arm.
Oh, I'm doing it because I'm limping.
I'll interrupt this conversation with a war cry.
I'm just gonna point in the direction. It's like, I think that way.
Very well.
Okay, Dirok.
So with that one gone, can I move through the middle? Like, can I move pretty much right here?
Yeah, as long as you stay in contact with those token marks,
Yep,
you're okay.
That's the plan. So, I would technically be completely surrounded, right? I would be in melee range with all 4.
Yes.
All right. Well, the first target is actually going to be this guy, so I'm going to go and attack that twig that's to the north of me. 20. So does is it dead?
It's
Guess so.
gone.
Then I immediately turn around and I am to my left. This guy. I yell out a war cry with that first one dead, huh? Oh yeah, that's right. There is someone being attacked. I spin around and I keep spinning around. Oh hey, there's a vine guy. Actually, yeah, I am offended that he went after whom I considered is the easier target of the two, seeing as he failed to attack me 4 times and succeeded on Vlad.
Listen, it was in that one. There wasn't much I could do about it.
So I am going to go on ahead and thrust the spear into it. Oh, yes!
Oh, you sure do.
Context, people, super important.
Phrasing.
You take one of the 2 intertwined vines down about halfway with that hit.
All right. And that will end my turn.
Okie doke. Vlad, can you get yourself out of your sticky
Do I have
spot?
to wait until the end of my turn, or is it an action, or what?
Sticky.
What are you trying to do, Vlad?
It is the saving throw to get out of this. Is it an action, or is it end of my turn thing, or what?
A creature can use its action. I've got to read the rest of it. A creature can use its action to make a DC 12 strength check, freeing itself on that turn or any next turn. So it is an action.
Okay.
You can fight from within, or you can try to get loose.
How bad does it look?
It doesn't look terribly injured. There are 2 of them in the pile, and one of them looks injured. The other one doesn't look injured at all.
Okay, then I'm just gonna try to slip it. Nope. Oh wait. $13.
That's
Bardic
enough.
Inspiration for the win.
Yep, you managed to slip out of that, so you are no longer grappled.
And
And
Vlad will walk over next to Dirok.
okay,
It really is.
I was just fumbling around with the gems.
the
I have no dex all of a sudden.
ravens move in and try to fire at that. Let's see, what's the most dangerous there? Probably the nettles. So I'm going to have them fire at the nettles.
The ultimate vicious mockery coming up, just holding the gem above your head, Sylvia. God is dead.
Both of them hit
Nah.
for a total of 12 damage on the nettle. There's only one nettle in that group, and it's starting to look a little bit on the injured side. And it will turn and throw its nettles at the berserker that's coming up behind it because it's got a little bit more throwing room on it. It misses. And Alex, let's see, was there a no more of them, and so it's Alex's turn.
Alex is well aware at this point that he definitely lost his crossbow, and it would have been wise for him to have not. And he keeps surging forward as fast as he can.
Almost in range.
Like,
Clank,
I've
stop,
all
Clank,
thrown his pike, but knowing that it would be a bad idea. He's wearing chainmail, so like, picture the sound of that. Like a 40-pound sack of coins
Yeah.
jangling at you.
Yeah, just about.
Dirok, give me the commands on your army.
All right, the chieftain make another dash across the rocks. He's probably not going to make it, but oh well. Or make it to the combat, that is. This guy engaged the nettle. I don't think this guy can engage. Well, here, this guy, Dan. Oh, he probably can't. I can't see where Vlad is.
He's between you
Vlad
and
is
the
right next to
twig.
you.
All right, so can this guy dance around the twig and make it to the vine monster?
Yeah, oh yeah, he can get over here.
Then he'll do that, and then this guy will engage the twig. And then, they all attack their targets.
I gotta get rid of some of these sheets here so that I can find what's remaining.
Sorry to make it hard for you.
It's actually what's making it hard for me is the fact that I have too many sheets up, and actually some of them are dead, so they need to go away. That's not them. That's not them. Come on, somewhere here there is a. Can't find the Berserker's sheet. It's buried somewhere. Or I closed it out, maybe, I wonder. Yeah, I must have closed it out. Let me pull it up again real fast. Must have clicked the X instead of what I needed to. There it is. Okay. And so the one that engaged the twig will attack. He misses. The one that's engaging the vine monster attacks. He misses. The third one's attacking the nettles. Well, okay. He rolled a nat 1.
Oh no. They're all still getting a little tired now, it looks like.
But he did not harm himself or any allies, so it just plows into the ground. All right, so they all missed, I'm afraid. The Vine Blight is going to try and grapple the Berserker that is attacking him.
Can he grapple 2 targets?
No, he's not grappling.
Oh wait, no, Vlad. Yeah, Vlad's not grappled anymore. I forgot. Sorry.
DC 12 strength on the Berserker. He saves, so he is not grappled. Sylvia, let's see, we've got another one here that is going to move up to about there. It's probably not in grappling range. Sylvia.
Yeah, like I said, gonna start heading down towards brisk pace jog. Just do dash while holding on to the gem.
Okay, doke. The twigs, how many of them do we have left here? Just one, I think. It's hard to tell in that little cluster.
There is one group of twigs. I don't know how many is in that group of twigs, though.
There it is. There are 4 of them in that group. And
Okay.
it is going to attack, I guess that's the berserker down there, so it's going to attack that. Couldn't see who was who in that group. So the twigs will claw at four of them hit for a total of, oh no, it did not hit, missed him, excuse me. Once again, looking at the wrong number. So that one is safe, and that's the only twigs remaining. So it is, let me take Wintersplinter out of rotation. Victor, we're starting to wind it down here.
Alrighty. More lightning. Let's see. Things are getting cramped over there, so whoever I can hit without hitting an ally. So I guess this guy.
Very good.
It went under my sheet. There we go.
Let's see, we don't have any more thorn blights. Let me get that sheet off of here. And you need a DC 14 dex on the nettle. Uh, 18, so he takes half damage. That is 24, 12. I'm going to call him down. He had 1 point. Okie doke, Monarch. He trots along with Sylvia. Dirok.
Attacking the thorn. Or
Twig.
Sorry, I keep getting them mixed up for some reason. Attacking the
Because
twig.
they're kind of all the same in a way. That's a hit.
Right? Is it still alive?
Yeah, except that fourth one is in pretty bad shape.
Then going for another attack.
There are only 3 of them remaining.
Alrighty, then that ends my turn.
Vlad?
Vlad is going to spend his last second level spell slot on Dirok and cast Cure Wounds.
Alright. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There we are.
5 points back, Dirok.
No.
Plus 5.
Oh no!
Plus 3 is 8. And then plus 4 more is 12. I
Alright.
rolled really poorly on that.
Hey, that 12 is gonna help me out a lot. I'm back up to half.
Ravens are going to fire at the twig because it's down pretty far. They're going to see if they can do something to it. They both hit for a total of 10 damage on it. There is only 2 of them remaining. Are only 2 of them. The nettle blight is gone. Alexander.
Alex's target rich environment is changing. By this point in time, he definitely saw the berserkers attacking the trees. He's definitely heard Dirok barking orders in their general direction. Which is like
Barking orders is more like that way, and then they go that way.
guttural orcish screams, like being and some kind of undead orc. I'm going to assume some sort of vaguely orcish berserker. Just understanding. Got it. So, still panting. Alex is going to. I think I got enough movement fat
Yeah.
to handle that. And
Yeah, you
attack
can
this
do
guy.
Okay, you're attacking the vine guy. And
There's one. There's two.
he was a bit out of breath on the first one. He took a big breath and managed to hit him on the second one.
First stab just goes straight into the ground. Cloud of dirt comes up with it.
There is pretty much only one of them remaining. The second one, its vines are just kind of waving aimlessly in the air because it's pretty well dead. Got any more moves in there, or the Berserker's turn?
That's all I'm going to do. I technically have a bonus action to swing a little. You know what? I will. I'll use it. Oops, I deleted something I shouldn't have. He's going to backhand the guy to see if he can finish him off. God, that has just consistently done way more damage than it should have.
Yeah, no, it's not going to finish him off, but it does finish off one of the two.
I just want to state for the record, I've been keeping track of this. My backhand has rolled max damage, like, basically every time it's hit.
It's trying to tell you something.
All right.
It's a 1d4, but still, 1d4s are my lucky die.
Dirok, General, do the four of them get the same instructions? Run and attack their targets? Well, this guy needs.
One of them is missing the target. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chieftain, dash again. What we're actually going to do, because I'm assuming that there's so many people around that we get a attack of opportunity. So let's try this. Okay, so this guy attack the twig. This guy disengage and then engage, re-engage over here pretty much. And this guy dash and do the same to engage or get as close as he can to that guy.
Okay.
Because yeah, I'm assuming those two are pretty much weakened right now, whereas this guy hasn't been touched yet.
Right. Okay, so that Berserker is going to do his attack. And he definitely hits for 5 damage. Yeah, there are still 2 of them there, but one of the 2 is in pretty bad shape.
All right.
And they couldn't attack because they moved for their actions. The vines all can attack. This one is going to, the south one's going to attempt to grapple this Berserker. Grapple, there it is. And it is DC 12, Dex. He makes it, so he's not grappled. The one up by you is going to try and grapple Alex. Alex, give me a DC 12 strength.
He don't want none. He can't see me.
You save, you are not grappled.
He can't see Alex either.
Alex is doing a lot of running today. So just some leaves like flicking around the ground. He's fine. He's ready for that. He's still running in place.
He's the Macho Man Randy Savage to my.
Sylvia and Monarch, why don't both of you just move now while we go to the twigs? And they are going to get what's probably their last attack. They're going to attempt to attack Vlad. There are how many of them left there? Oh yeah, there's only really one left there. They hit, but they only do, I'll say, a total of 4 damage because the second one is pretty badly injured. So you took a total of 4 piercing damage. And that's the only twigs we've got left. So Victor?
All right, here we go again. Let's see. Who do I actually have left to hit? I guess, let's see, it's all tangled now.
Yeah,
Which ones here are,
basically
yeah,
they're
just that,
large
yeah.
enough that your 5-foot radius would pretty much, you would be able to, there's nothing there, so you would be able to hit both of these, the twigs and the vines on one hit.
All right, I go for it.
All right, vines, it's a dex.
Would I also be in there? Because I'm right in between the two.
No, I'm figuring it would be centered south of them. The vines failed their save, so they took the total 25. The last remaining vine in that group is in real bad shape. And the twigs, I'm not even sure I have to roll on this one. They failed as well. Poof.
Nice.
And it is Dirox because Monarch was just moving.
Yep, I'm going for the vine. Let's go ahead and swing.
Hit.
Still up.
Yeah, almost.
All right, then second. Oh, and I'm probably missed with that one.
You do not have a D4. Never mind.
Nope. And that ends my turn.
There's just little few vines poking up out of the ground there. It's pretty well done for. Vlad.
Vlad, tired of this vine dude, picks up the body of one of these twig creatures, casts Shillelagh on it, and smacks him across the face.
Shillelagh!
Always a crowd
I
pleaser.
don't actually have a macro for it, so I'm gonna have to write this in.
Always a crowd pleaser. Shillelagh.
Right.
And
Does 10 hit?
which the 7 is the attack? Yeah, that does not hit.
It's 7 plus a total of
No,
10.
10 does not hit either.
It doesn't really matter for me because I'm rolling absolutely terrible tonight.
Pat.
The Ravens are going to attempt to come to the rescue. However, let's see if they can. Oh, they definitely did. Oh, yes. The last of the vines wither away.
Nice.
In fact, the first one actually got him, and the second one will fire at the other vine and do 3 damage on it. All right, Alexander, your targets keep disappearing.
Vlad picks up the body of one of his companions, swings and misses, but he looks down, and as he looks back up at this vine, he just sees him falling and dying. I'm like, oh, okay, I did that.
It's a delayed reaction.
Right.
You swing, then like a couple seconds later it dies.
Right.
Very slow. Okay. Panting, getting ready for the next run. Alex makes another run and a lunging stab at this remaining pile of leaves. Not going. I'm having the weirdest lag issues. I know it's on my end.
Oh, that's definitely a hit for
Of
8.
course it's a crit. And of course I roll like dang near minimum damage on it. 12 might I have a D4 to add.
You know what?
It hits.
Listen, I don't want to hear
It hits for 13.
Sorry. I hit for 13. Alright, cool.
There's still
And
2
I
of
see
them
these-
up, but the second one is very badly injured.
And oh well, first time backhand rolled not max.
But it hit. So it takes another
What damage
that
hurts?
that damage one took another 4 damage. It like snags at you with its vines as you go past and doesn't grab you. It tries to grab that hand and you come right through it and smack it in the face.
Suck.
Okay,
How about
Dirok.
This guy, yep, this guy is gonna dance around so that this guy can run in, and all 3 of them will attack the vine monster. The chieftain will just jump down from the rocks and make as far of a run as he can.
Probably about to your side. Okay, 3 great axes. Three hits. Wow, okay,
Yeah.
14 plus 5 is 19, plus 8 is 27 damage on him. One of them goes down completely, the other one is pretty well injured.
All right.
And that vine attempts to snag the berserker, one of the berserkers that hit him. And he fails his save. So he will take, let me do the constriction. He took 10 bludgeoning damage. The berserker did.
Oh, it actually hit. Okay.
Yeah, and he is grappled.
All right.
All right, Sylvia and Monarch, do your jog.
But was it about here, baby? No.
We have no
We're dashing our way
twigs.
so
I'll
soon.
take that out.
Yeah,
Victor,
I
it's
guess
your
that's
turn.
true. There's a that's a corner.
Going faster now.
All right.
Victor, it's your turn.
Okay then. And zap.
On the vine, dude.
Yep.
Go ahead and try my save.
Oh, it failed so bad. Apparently, it's got a big plus because it didn't nat 1, but it only rolled a 1, but it's got some pluses. But it definitely failed. So it took all 16 damage. It's still up, but not by much.
Wow. This guy is hulking out now. I
Dirok.
guess it's my turn, since yep. Can I? This guy's flying. I can charge right up in there and fight as well, right?
Yes,
Could
you can
be,
pass
like, right
under the
there?
birds. Yes.
All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna double whammy because he's the only target.
That is a hit, and it's a total of 44, 54 damage on him. That is enough.
21 plus 13 is 30, 34. I don't know where the 54 came from,
Yeah,
but
yeah, right.
54.
Something. Anyway, it doesn't
Sure,
matter.
54.
It was 34 was enough to take him out. It's getting
All
late,
right.
and my calculator is starting to go on the fritz. Vlad.
Vlad is going to, still with the course of these twigs in his hands, are there any even enemies left?
No, there isn't any. I think that was it.
You're right. You are out of combat. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you will pick yourself up and make your way to wherever you are going to be making your way to next week. And you notice that you have a bit of energy as you realize the magnitude of the battle that you encountered. Now remember, there is a skeleton lying under the tree that was shooting the green lightning, and as
Can
you
we see it
now
through the fog?
yeah, the fog has pretty well dissipated, actually, if I were to do it correctly, if I went onto the map and took it off.
Yeah, we can see the skeleton there.
And the skeleton is there, and you also notice that there is an axe of some kind buried in the trunk of the tree. I will leave it for next week for you to decide what you're going to do about it, but you have leveled up. You may add,
Yes.
you may not take your hit points to maximum, but you may add the additional hit points that you receive from your leveling.
Cool.
What is? I forgot.
And
what
I
my-
gain a rage because I get one more rage.
Yeah, I got a power.
If I remember correctly.
I
Six?
forget what Bard HP is.
My
And-
initiative is at 1.12, so
Oh,
I
50
will,
plus con.
while you guys are discussing that, I'm going to say to those who stuck it out with us to the end of the fight, which was it was a hell of a fight. They threw the book at you on this one. Kind of one of the two really big fights in the game. And I thank you for sticking with us
Sylvia
through it.
drops to 0 hit points and dies.
No, I'm fixing it. It should be about 15.
But hold on a second. Let me say thanks to the
Sorry.
viewers, and we hope you join us next week as they make their decision about where they're going after Yester Hill, because they have several options of what they can do. So we will say good night on the stream. Hope you join us next week, and we will see you then. Good night.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
All right, so